If you've been listening to the show since day one, I got a treat for you.
This is the American Lair Show. Thanks for coming. If you're a subscriber, if you listening sometimes, you just listening one time, I appreciate it. Thank you. My name is Dave Money, and this show is all about the appreciation of classic clothes and all things Americana. If you dress real prep, you might like this. Ralph Lauren collectors, you might like this. You love the great outdoors, you might like this. It's like this. It's like this. Yeah.
This is the American Lair Show 2018. New year, new layers. And I appreciate all y'all for watching. Thank you. It's cold outside, man. January. And it's crazy cold, man. 11, 12, 13 degrees, man. And I want to know how y'all keeping warm. I'm going to show you what I've been up to, but I want to know what you doing as well. When I was a kid, my mom used to say, y'all young people crazy? You want to be cute and cold. She said cute and cold. Right? Because we was wild, man. When I was a kid, we was running around with no American layers, just one layer. Rocking a jacket. Like whatever jacket you like, that was all you wore. A fleece, that's it. A leather coat you just got, that's it. Not leather coat, in fact, leather jacket. No lining, maybe waist length, a bomber, 11, 12 degrees outside. You know, that's how we was rolling. I wasn't much better. I had my little leather I got from Wilson's. It was cracked up. It looked like an alligator. And I rocked that thing from December to March, unzipped. No scarf on, no hat, no earmuff, no gloves. This was my gloves. Yeah. This was my earmuff. Out of control. So she said, y'all young people crazy. You want to be cute and cold. And to this day, I'm still cute and cold. I want to know what y'all doing though. I don't always rock a heavy coat, but I do layer up well. I'm in the car a lot too. Let me show y'all how I've been keeping warm. About a year ago, I did a collaboration with Woolrich, and they blessed me with this simple buffalo plaid jacket. I love it because it layers so well. It's classic. It's basic. And I've been getting more compliments than I expected. Anyway, this is it. Told you it was basic. But sometimes that's all you need. Quilted lining. The way it's cut is what makes it so good for layering. This is the perfect top layer because the sleeves are wide, and here in the armpit, it's not too tight. That's essential. If you're going to throw on like multiple layers, you don't want something that's going to have you feeling constricted. So the Woolrich, I don't know what they call this, but a jacket like this is perfect. I put it right over top of the Brooks Brothers I was blessed with. A little while ago, I did a collaboration with Red Fleece, Brooks Brothers. They had a campaign called Pass the Puffer. And the puffer got passed my way. Here it is. Sleek, modern joint. It's not like the bubble coats that we was rocking like back in the day, like on the corner with the bubble coat. This ain't that. This is something that you could wear inside. Like I rock this in the office and it doesn't look too crazy. Of course it's outerwear, but it doesn't look like I'm rocking a parka. And for me, this is important because my whole back wall is a window and it's cold outside. They don't turn the heat up. And I work late sometimes and they shut all the heat down in the building. And I'm in there freezing. So this comes through, man. And for real, I don't care. In the office, I even throw the Woolrich back on. Crazy, man. You got to do what you got to do. I'm not that crazy kid anymore. I've been taking care of myself. But I'm curious. I want to know what y'all doing. What sort of coat you rocking? You layering up? You rocking your scarf? What are you doing? Y'all rocking furs? If you brought the fur out, let me know. Let me know. I want to see. Get rid of that. So you know I'm a Ralph Lauren guy. And I'm gonna show you how I keep it warm RL style. Still layering, but this is the perfect top layer. What I'm about to show you is really just a shell, but it's important because it protects you from the wind. I present the duffel. Y'all seen this before. You know I love the duffel coat. You see me pulling sleds through the snow in this thing. I love the detail, and it's such a dramatic coat. It's 100% wool. It's perfect. Look at it again. She pretty, ain't she? It's my baby. She pretty. She cute. She ain't that thick, but she pretty. She cute though. So I mean, seriously, just like the Woolrich, the duffel is crazy because the cut is wide. This jacket was probably made in the 90s or 80s. So like the armhole is wide. You can rock anything under that and play it open. It's dramatic. You look rich. You look like a rich New Yorker with your long coat coming down to the floors. Perfect. Or you could use it to look like a rugged man. It's versatile. Style it how you want. You just gotta have the mind to pull it off, right? So that's the duffel RL style. Speaking of duffels, y'all know Mr. Parker, 1967. That's an Instagram friend, avid RL collector, really doing this thing. This man is grabbing mad duffels this season. I hope he'll come on the show and talk to you about it. But between him and I, he said, bro, I'm just grabbing up mad duffel coats. And it's exciting. I love to hear the stories of collectors. But the challenge and the fun part is, like, how do you find that variation? When you're trying to grab 10 or 12 of the same thing, how do you make sure that they are different enough to justify having all of them, you know, while still satisfying your real style taste, your real style needs? It's really a challenge. That's why collecting is such a game. Some people don't understand it, but I get it. So Parker, I'm with you. Maybe you can come on and talk about it. Maybe you can come on and talk about Stadium. One of the viewers, Mr. John James, he criticized Ralph Lauren. Let me read his comment. He said, I could go on for hours about this. You see how they fumbled the whole Stadium release? Hundreds of true fans left out in the cold while Ralph chased the misguided Nike-style fake limited release. That's deep. He said, hundreds of true fans left out in the cold while Ralph chased a misguided Nike-style fake limited release. Is he right? Do you share that opinion? Or maybe Mr. James could come on. Maybe Parker or Mr. James, because the thing is, and I'm talking about Stadium, if I didn't mention that already. We talking about that Stadium release. I would love to have that conversation, but honestly, I didn't follow it closely enough because I knew I wouldn't be that interested. It reminded me of some of the stuff I wore like back in high school, which is perfect, but I don't really wear that sort of stuff now. But I heard a few collectors saying they aren't really impressed with it, or, you know, it went wrong this way or that way. My biggest question is why some of the marketing, why some of the photos wasn't directed at the people who really popularized that Stadium stuff. Like I saw the photos. It's well done. I love the way they rocked it, but it just didn't seem like it was aimed at the people who got Stadium popping. You know? I get it. You know, it's not my company. I don't do the marketing, but if you're going to do a re-release, why not pay homage to the people who about to buy it? I don't know. But, we staying warm, man. As long as you warm or you cute on cold. Some people had questions about the hot tent, right? I think that ties into this topic nicely. I showed you the hot tent. I've been flexing a little bit in it. That's how I'm living this winter. But one of my Instagrammers, and my Instagram is Dave_money3, by the way. Follow me. I'm quite the photographer. But somebody on my Instagram had questions about the hot tent. They wanted to know if it's really warm. And quick answer, yeah, it's hella warm, right? Let me explain it this way. The tent is 8 by 8 by like 7, almost 7 feet at its highest point. So that's not really big. That's large for a tent. But when you think about a room being heated by a wood stove, you shrink that down to 8 by 8 by 7. It's no problem keeping that thing toasty. So I'm in there cooling. You saw the photo, like when I'm laying there and I referenced the baked potato, I'm laying there all tucked in and I got both of the doors wide open and the fire burning. That wasn't fake. Like I was really living like that in the snow because it's that warm. It's so warm I can open those doors up and I'm still okay. Now, I prefer to have them closed because it's that much better, but I was enjoying that view. Anyway, the point is it's real toasty. The person also wanted to know like what sort of temperatures it could withstand. Like I wouldn't even think about that. It wouldn't matter. The stove fits like 4 or 5 logs in there. The question is, are you willing to wake up throughout the night and tend the fire? Because, with any stove, eventually the wood burns out. So, maybe every hour to 2 hours, you got to tend it and make sure it's cool. If you're willing to do that, you're going to do well in the hot tent. They also wanted to know how tight the tent is. Now, a lot of those hot tents or wall tents, as they call them, are built in 2 parts. You got the walls, and then the floor would be a separate component because the floor might be waterproof, where the canvas is water resistant. So, she wanted to know if critters could get in there. It depends how tight you want to make your floor. My floor is not fastened to the walls because I'm not sure how I want to finish the floor yet. But, when you saw me out there, yeah, it was like critters could get in there. I don't think they wanted to, but like critters could have gotten in there. It's all up to you how tight you want to make it. But keep in mind, it's not good to make it airtight because you burning all that wood, you're dealing with carbon monoxide. So even if you could tighten it up, you want to leave a hole somewhere, right? Some people even suggest putting a carbon monoxide detector in there. As far as critters, if you outside, you better get used to the critters. It's crazy, like we want to be outside but scared of mice and stuff like that. You will get a visitor. In fact, one day I was in my Jeep. I was in the back of the XJ, taking a photo, chilling, and I heard something scratching. And I'm just like, okay, what's that? And I look at the wheel well, and something popped out like between the carpet and the wheel well. I saw eyes. It was like a mouse or a squirrel or something. So they find their way in. But if you love being outdoors, I guess that's something you learn to deal with. Back to that tent though, and how tight it is. The canvas is breathable, and you want that compared to say like nylon or other synthetic materials that are like tightly woven. If they aren't breathable, you're going to have your condensation problems. So that's the tent. And then Mr. James was asking about the stove itself. So the stove is HQ issue. It's really built well. When I got it, I was surprised at how heavy the door was. The box was solid. The flue is solid. It's a real good buy for the cost. And when I got it, they actually had a special where like if you signed up for the membership, they give you a discount on the stove. And then once the stove arrives, you just cancel the membership, right? So that's what I did. And that's how I'm staying warm. I want to know how y'all staying warm. Put some details in the comments. I also want to know where you put your thermostat. That's always an interesting one for me. When I go to people's house, I take a peek. I'm not judging them. I'm just curious. I'm just collecting information. I want to know where you keep your thermostat. 68, 65, year round. Do you bump it up higher in the winter, or do you just leave it on one specific temperature? Because I like to be warm. In fact, when I was at this cabin, recently. Oh man, the host turned it up to. The cabin had a thermostat. Man, she turned it up to like 76, and I was surprised. I was happy because some people would try to freeze you out, but when she did that, I knew she was a good hostess. I knew it was good business. I got to get her name, shout her out, because her place is on Airbnb. But I said, all right, I'm with a good person right now. In fact, oh man, she gave me Vermont well water. She had fresh apples, waffles. I had a blast. Yeah. Share your experience with me. I want to know if y'all layering up, if you just rocking one big coat, if you in the car so it doesn't matter. Let me know. Share with your boy, and maybe Parker or Mr. James could get on the show and talk about that stadium release better than I can. That's the show, man. I'm out of here. Remember, stay warm. Don't be cute on cold or cold on cute. Suit up. And this is not a glove or a napkin or earmuffs or a Scully.
Thank you for allowing me to share my obsession with you. It's been great. I can be reached at Dave@AmericanLayers.com. Thanks for coming.